All right, the enemy's over there. Oh, there it is. There it is. Man, all right, there's another one, I think. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. This thing loaded again. There's another one over there. Uh-oh, I can't find this tree. Whew. Man, this is risky. I'm gonna get shot for lack of shooting back here. I'm gonna get shot for lack of shooting back. I don't want that to happen. This nice tree here. All right, got another cap, yeah. Yep, there's one more. One more. Yeah. Oh, I got him. I got this one. The last soldier. Oh no, no powder. Woo! I'm in trouble. No powder. I did not put powder in here, and you didn't warn me. I can't believe it. You don't want to load a muzzle loader like that. You need powder under the ball every single time, or you see what could happen to you. Yeah, in fact, a real Civil War battle was fought here. You can see where the hits on this tree. So it's a historical tree, and you know, good cover. It worked for some people there. Let's go up here and talk about this, because there are ways you do not want to load a muzzle loader, and I just did it. I've talked about it. I've confessed to having done it to you all before, and I thought I would just do it and show you how I fix it. Okay, I throw the rifle away, I buy another rifle. No, there's another way to do it, and let's take a look. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a rifle with one of these down here and no powder behind it. That is a sad situation. Okay, or it'd be right down here where the chamber ends, the breech. So, oh, let's see. I could reach down the muzzle in and pull it out with my fingers. No, that's not really a good way to do it. There are other ways to do it, but here's the way I do it. There's supposedly some like CO2 cartridge things. You put a little hose on the nipple and blow it out. I've never done that before. I know back when I was, fighting in the Civil War, we didn't have that sort of thing, so we didn't get spoiled by that technology. There's also ramrod screw, like a wood screw attachment. You put on a ramrod and go down there and screw into the bullet and pull it out. And I know a lot of people say they do that. I guess it works. It seems like that would be kind of iffy and hard to do. And I don't want that metal screw against my rifling. I don't want to damage my barrel. So here's what I do, okay? You got to go in from this end and get some powder in there somehow. Now, on most rifles that I have, in fact, this is the only one that has a takeout screw, you take the nipple out. And you notice I was trying to get this one out. I've never had the nipple off of this one, and it is so tight. This is an old nipple wrench for this rifle. And I started boogering the thing up, so I quit messing with it. It's really tight, so I'm going to get it taken off without destroying it. But normally I take the nipple out, and you got a hole there, imagine that, and I get powder in there. And now this one has a takeout screw, same purpose for cleaning it and doing this if you need to. So I'm going to take that screw out. So this is a real advantage of the 1861. That's a little easier to get out than, well, the nipples generally aren't hard to get out. You just put the wrench on it and unscrew it, and you have a hole like that. Okay, so and that's probably why that's so tight. No one's had to take that nipple off there. Maybe they haven't taken it off in 100 years. I don't know. We have a video on this rifle, the 1861 Springfield. This specific one was made in 1862. So I see a lot of comments on that video about that. You're wrong, Hickok, 1862. Well, that's the year it was made, but it's a model 1861. All right, so I've got access now. That hole's too small for me to reach in there and push him out, isn't it? So you want to get some powder in there, and it doesn't take a lot, I don't know, 5 grains or something. And now this is, I found I had this, has some number 4F powder in it, which is fine powder, finer than like double F, which I use for shooting. So it's a little bit easier to get some in, I think. If this thing's not clogged up, so let me try. I'll make a mess, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pile some in there. I could just take that off and pour it in there, I guess. I'm gonna do that. I haven't used this in forever. I forgot I even had it. Let me just pour some. And yeah, there's nothing that's not messy about this. Oh, it's going right in there, isn't it? Wow, that takeout screw is really nice. Now normally when you're just going through the nipple, it'll kind of stop up on you, and you've got to tamp it down in there with something like this, a needle or a pick, and just make sure it's down in there. Boy, I'll tell you what, this is the first time I've done this. I've not dryballed this rifle except today. There we go. See? Oh man, this is a dandy. I like that. So I might have enough, I always like to get plenty before I fire it. It doesn't take, but like I say, maybe 5 grains. Depends on what your problem is. As long as your breeches and everything is dry, it doesn't take a lot to blast it out of there. Of course, you got to get the screw back in. That's part of the problem there. See, that screw's got to go in, so tamp it down in there. Yeah, and then we'll test it. How's that? Like I say, there's other ways to do it. This is the way I do it, and I don't always do things the way everybody else does it. Imagine that. I don't think the way everybody thinks. I don't act the way everybody acts. I'm just a little weird. Actually, I'm a lot weird, right? Okay, let's see if we can get that screw in there. Tight enough that we don't blow the screw out and send it through John's head or something. Hey, that wouldn't be funny, would it? Why am I laughing? All right, let's get him in there. That'll tamp it. Yeah. Yeah, I may have to. Yeah, I may need to tamp that a little more. I don't want to do anything stupid here. That'd be so unlike me, wouldn't it? So unlike me. Yeah, this little screw is nice. I'm liking that. I might just dryball this thing more often on purpose. So I'm gonna turn it over and just blow that out. All right, that should do it probably. But again, you gotta get powder behind that dumb thing, somehow. And of course, you've heard me talk about this if you're not new in lots of the muzzleloading videos, because the time this happens most often, when you're not doing it intentionally like I did today, is when you're talking to somebody, you're shooting with a friend, okay, or you get distracted by anything and you forget to put the powder in. You start running the ball down there. Well, obviously when you're on camera and you got a couple of people watching, it's a miracle I haven't done it on camera. I don't think I have. But trying to do 2 things at once, or think about 2 things at once, when you have a hard enough time thinking about one thing at once. Okay, that's going to be tight enough. After we get that fired out of there, oops, scratch up this rifle, this antique. Okay, so let's put a cap on that thing and see if we can get it cleared out. Okay, my ears on. Now it won't be very loud. Actually, I don't need my ears. This is going to be like a suppressed shot almost, if it works at all. All right. Now there's not much powder in it, but maybe if it does have enough in it to fire, it will go through that 2 liter. Let's see if it will. Whoa! Yeah, came on out of there, didn't it? All right. So I dryballed it. That's what it's called, and I took care of it. Now I got stuff all over my gun. I wonder if they got 2 liter on it back in 1862. So let's make sure it's clear. I'll let's just wipe it off a little bit. I mean, this baby, I am responsible for this firearm. I am the curator of this old rifle. Again, this was an 1861, carried mainly by the Union soldiers. It was also carried by Confederates so they could get a hold of one, battlefield pickup or whatever, because by mid-war, I guess you'd say, most people I think were firing 58 caliber, basically the same, ball, mini ball, in Enfields or these. So if you picked one of these up, you had ammo and everything. Okay, so let's just fire a round through it, not to make sure it's working. And now we can be back in the battle. At about 65 grains of 2F. GoX. All right. And I need to fix that thing. Put a ball in, mini ball. You notice I put powder in. Let me grab my rod over here. I put powder in that time. Important step. But you can't blame me, really, can you? I mean, I was being shot at. You know, I was in battle down there. And I think I have another cap in my pocket. I've got a regular charge. I'll put my ears on. And just to show you, all is well. I'll tighten that screw up in a minute. Let's just see if we can hit the gong. All is well. So yeah, how not to load a muzzle loader. The main takeaway is, yeah, obviously you want to put the powder in first. How not to load a muzzle loader, though, really the answer is don't load it when you're distracted, when you're talking to people and you're going back and forth to loading and you're just doing a lot of different things, you know. And if you're in battle, don't load it when you're in battle. There's a lot of distractions when you're being shot at, right? That was a joke. So you understand now why, too, they find these things, they found them on the battlefield. Don't find them these days probably, but they found them back then that have like 6 or 8, loadings in them. People get distracted and lots of reasons that might happen. But you got to have powder and you got to have a cap, fire, or it's not going to fire. So anyway, I'll shut up. Get powder in there before the ball, then you're okay. That's the main thing. Make sure the bore and the breech is dry, not too much oil in there, and you put the powder in first and all will be good. Life is good.
Always wanted to do that. Okay, since you guys are here at the end of the video, I want to remind you of our friends over at SDI, the Sonoran Desert Institute. They're a fully accredited online distance learning program where you become certified in gunsmithing or get an associate's degree in firearms technology. It's sdi.edu. And also, big announcement lately on the channel, our shirts are now with Matt from Demolition Ranch's new company, Bunker Branding. So you can find shirts like this and many others over at bunkerbranding.com/Hickok45, or just go into the description and look for the link. And also you can go to our website and find that stuff and more things like Hickok, or our website is called Hickok45.com. And you can also find our Twitter, which is Hickok45, Facebook Hickok45, the real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a Hickok45 and Son YouTube channel. There's a John_Hickok45 Instagram. Our videos are also on full30.com. And also those of you who have been asking us to become a Patreon member, you can also find the link to that in the description. And we appreciate all those people, of course. And basically anything that you need to know is probably going to be on the website somewhere. So we try to keep it easy for you guys. There's no excuses because we know you're already on the internet. If you're looking at this, you're probably on the internet. So all you got to do is open your browser, and if you're on your TV, I know you got a phone in your pocket. So no excuses. All right. Okay, now what you should do is watch one of these other videos, as long as it's one of ours, because everything else is not good, of course. All right. Thank you.